so the opposition made a number of suggestions to amend the Petroleum Activities Bill. And I see Patterson is now getting kudos as the anyhow, as a Murray House Fellow. Because this is the same guy who made a mess of the sector that he was in. Same guy who's been dangling stuff all over the place. So it's the double standards. And thirdly, who's charged of corruption? So when it rubs me the wrong way, the first thing, that he moralizes and been charged before the court for several acts of corruption that he performed as minister. And by not a long way exhaustive, we just try to drop some of them and not even move on. So, because he likes to moralize when he talks. And that's why I'm a little vindictive too, because I want to really, he's a low life, and I call him that here. So he's very vindictive talking about it, and people of high moral standing could afford to do that. Not him. So now, coming to the amendments. So we predicted, imagine we didn't get so much publicity from the newspapers, Kaichor and Stabrook, for passing a law and updating it, modernizing it, expanding it, that was there since 1986. The government, they should say, this is a progressive government that made a promise, did it, expanded it, went to public consultations on it, and passed it. Patterson did some half-baked amendments, and then he gets all the publicity as though he's the conscience of the oil and gas industry. It's the same people who made a mess of it. Trotman now suddenly becomes the star. He promoting renegotiation. And he was the biggest villain, the biggest criminal in signing the agreement. So it is this warp portrayal that really rubs me the wrong way. It's a warp. Now Patterson came up there. We predicted the night before they sprung the amendment. He had all the time before to submit these amendments. So they had the public consultation. He wants to do it in Parliament. It goes the same way. They want to manage the oil and gas sector from the Parliament. That is what they want to do. Manage the oil and gas sector from the Parliament. And you know what will come out of it? The same people who were defending Exxon and defending that contract. Ramjatan said the contract is the second best thing since independence. Second best thing since independence. Now for the public show, they want a grandstand. They're the conscience of this country. These people, Exxon walked all over them, Exxon and the others. They can't do that with the PPP and with us. We're clear about what we want. If we defend something, we defend it because our interests coincide and it's good for the country. Not because it's good for the Exxon or we're in somebody's pocket. I saw Glenn Lal paid some man to do a documentary on Guyana and cussing up the reporters. All of you are bought out by Exxon, the judiciary bought out by Exxon, and everybody. So we do things because of that. So you think we're going to hand over the management to the oil and gas sector to the Parliament where the grandstanding takes place?